Okay, you've got the tools. You watched the video. So why haven't you started yet? I'll tell you why. And it's not the tools. You have those. It's not the editing. You can figure that out. It's not even the topic. It's this. You're afraid that you'll put yourself out there and someone will decide you're not worth their time. That's the real reason. And I know, because it was mine too. So let's fix it. Because your first video is simpler than you've been making it. And I'm going to show you exactly what it should be. Here's what most people do when they try to figure out their first video. They think about their niche. They research what's trending. They try to figure out what YouTube wants. And then they never post anything. Because none of that actually answers the real question, which is, what do I have to say that's worth someone else's time? Here's your answer. Your story. Not a tutorial, not a how-to, not a trend. Your story. Specifically why you're starting this. What brought you here? What have you been through that led you to this moment? That's your first video, and here's why. When someone finds your channel for the first time, they're not just evaluating your content. They're deciding whether they trust you, whether you're someone worth coming back to, whether you feel real. And nothing builds that faster than the truth. Not produced truth, not scripted truth. Just, here's who I am, here's where I've been, here's why I'm here. Your viewer is over 50. They've been through things. They have a finely tuned detector for when someone is performing versus when someone is just talking. My mom used to call this a BS detector. They'll know the difference in about 30 seconds. Your story passes that test. A tutorial about something you just learned doesn't. Not yet. Not on video 1. My first video was about why I started at 55. I talked about being afraid of technology, about handing my phone to my daughter every time I got a new one because I didn't want to figure it out myself. It was about the moment I decided that had to change. It wasn't polished. I wasn't sure where to look. I was definitely out of my comfort zone, but I posted it anyway. And I was shocked when anyone watched it at all. Not thousands of people, just anyone. The idea that a stranger somewhere found what I said worth their time genuinely felt unbelievable to me. But here's what I understand now. They weren't watching because I was impressive. They were watching because they recognized themselves. Because I said out loud something they'd been feeling privately. And that feeling of finally being seen is what makes someone subscribe. You don't need to be impressive. You need to be honest. So here's exactly what your first video looks like. 4 questions. Just these 4. Who are you? Not your resume, not your credentials. Just who you are in plain language. The way you'd introduce yourself to someone you just met. What brought you here? What happened or kept happening that finally made you decide to start? There's a specific moment for most people. Find yours. What are you figuring out? You don't have to be an expert. You can be someone learning out loud. For this audience, that's often more powerful than expertise. What are you working on right now that your viewer might be working on too? And why does it matter to you? Not why should they care? Why do you care? What's at stake for you personally? That's the part that makes someone feel something. That's your whole first video. 4 questions, honest answers. 5 minutes or less. No perfect hook, no B-roll, no fancy ending. Just show up and tell the truth about why you're there. Now let's talk about the fear, because I don't want to just skip past that. The fear of looking foolish on camera is real. I felt it every time I hit record for the first several months. But here's what I've learned. It's not actually about the camera. The camera is just where the fear shows up. What it's really about is the possibility of being seen and found wanting, of putting yourself out there and having someone decide you're not worth their time. And I can't promise you that won't happen. Some people will click away. Some people won't connect with you. That's just the way it is sometimes. But here's something to think about. The people who do connect with you, the ones who needed exactly what you have to say, told in exactly the way only you can tell it, those people will feel something when they find you. Something like relief, like finally someone gets it. And you cannot reach those people from the safe side of the camera. You already have the tools. Your phone to record, CapCut to edit, ChatGPT to help you with your title and description when you're done. The only thing left is the hardest part, and also the simplest part. Press record. Not when you're ready, not when it's perfect, not when you figured everything out. Now, while you're still a little scared, while it still feels like too much, while the voice in your head is still asking, who do you think you are? Press record anyway. Because the version of you on the other side of that first video, the one who posted something imperfect and survived it, that person is different, more capable than you feel right now, more ready for the second video than you could ever be without having made the first. You don't grow and then start. You start and then grow. If you're not sure how to put your story into words, I made a video on exactly the ChatGPT prompts I use to figure out what I want to say before I ever hit record. I'll link it right here. Start there. Give yourself 20 minutes in a quiet room, and then come back and tell me in the comments that you posted your first video. I want to know, because I have a feeling you're a lot closer than you think. And if you've been overthinking your first video, I made a really simple one-page plan you can download below. It'll walk you through exactly what to do. I'll see you in the next one.